It's your boy, the OG Soda Pop Kid, coming to you direct real quick. This is the truck that big ass box with the 815s is going in. She just bed lined it. She's about to throw her glitter on there and get her little sparkles in there, and soon her system's going in and she's gonna be happy. And that's all for that. Now over to here. All right. I'm just oh, let me shut her back door, man. People's asking me if that big ass box is gonna fit in there, man. It's gonna be, not only is it gonna fit, there's gonna be so much room to spare. Like another 3 foot left after the fact, so. Yeah. This is what that big 815 box is going in. All right. So, what I want to do, y'all, is I'm down at Advanced Auto Parts doing this video. I usually be in my storage unit doing it, but I want to reflect on a stereo competition yesterday. All right. So, I'm going to open these doors up and talk to y'all a little bit about the competition and how these speakers took the amps, how much power the amps put out, what my score was, and what my plans are with these 615s. All right, so I'll open up the doors, let the seats drop, and talk about that. She just happened to see me down here. She stopped to let me see the bed liner job that she done on her truck. All right, she's ready to come and let me get that damn box out of my doggone barbershop. Cause, all right, so as y'all know, I got 4 CES 320 small case Dodges alternators in there. Okay, and I did custom make this bracket. I didn't weld it, but I designed it. All right, and it's been working pretty good. It's been working pretty good. We're gonna add one more brace down there. From there down to where the timing marker is, to give it a little bit more bracing on the power steering pump. All right, but nevertheless, my voltage, especially since I went down 3 amplifiers, has been holding up real darn good, okay? I am gonna do that dash over. I'm gonna do a whole nother dash because I got plans. All right, so, with that being said, these amplifiers, let's start here. These Stetson Bravo Bass Flex Impedance 8Ks, 1 ohm, half ohm stable, as it tells you on there. Believe it or not, man, the first burp, because I didn't test it at home, so I wanted to surprise myself and see what was going to happen if I just went to the show. How you doing, man? And wanted to see, you know, I did clamp them. We did clamp these, okay? So, and I was shocked because my first burp, I burped it in my street beating, volume. My street beating volume, when I start to give cats the beans, as I would say, is at volume 30. When I'm demoing and stuff, that's when cats start to feel the pressure. So I burped at volume 30, even though I have it set for my ACV at 105.8 AC volts at 35, volume 35, which is the highest that my Kim would go up. I burped at volume 30 first because I wanted to see what it did, and it did a 157 at volume 30 at 9,700 watts, man, per amp. 9,700 watts I'm getting out of these per amp, and that was at volume 30. All right, then my second burp, it was 1,000, not my fault, 9,100 watts when I turned it up to 35. And I did a 162.23, which I was satisfied, semi-satisfied. I was kind of hoping for the best of it being at least a 163 or real close to that, but the speakers are not broken. Just keep that in mind. The same thing happened with me with the 12s, the 912s last season. When I had the 912s and I did my first run with them, I did a 162.93 with the 912s. Now, this 162.23 is actually louder than 812s, and my 812s were. So technically, these 615s is louder than 812s, depending on what speakers and what power you're using and how your chamber's built and all of that. If you're using a 6th order or 4th order or any of that, that score yesterday was louder than my than 812s was when I was running 812s and 8,000 watt teraamp amps. Just so y'all know, the 615s outdid them definitely in cone area, and those 615s, the cone area is still bigger than the 912s. Okay, and there's a whole lot of different opinions about cone area versus motor force and this, that, and the other. So keep in mind, I'm down 3 amps. If you just count them being 8,000 watts, that's 24 to 27,000 watts down on amplifiers, and 3 subs down on the 12s with the motor force. The cone area wouldn't have mattered because, it's, like I said, the 615s is more cone area anyway. Okay? And I just told you. So, and then my parking pound. My parking pound score was low, like 131s that's way, but I can make that excuse is the speakers aren't broken in, or I already, got the motors and stuff a little heated when I did the 2 burps. And just to tell y'all that I can get more power. I can feed these more because the cones was not hot at all or warm. It was freezing cold after all of that. I did my parking pound right behind my burps. Since I was the last one in the lane, I had to do it all. I had to get it all done like right away. So I went straight from my burps to my parking pound. So on my parking pound, I was still clamping. I gave each speaker 4,200 watts for 30 seconds in parking pound. 4,200 watts per sub. These subs are 2,500 watts RMS, 5,000 in max. I gave them all 4,200 watts for 30 seconds in parking pound. I still was clamping them. After it was over, them cones was ice cold, which means I can give it more power. Like I said, my AC volts on the amps was 105.8 AC volts, nowhere near clipping. Those amps don't start clipping until over 107, which means I can turn them up, and I'm going to turn them up to get these subs more beams because they were handling it. I'm going to turn it up to like 106.5 or something like that for the next one to see what happens, and drive around and let them play like I've been doing to see what happens. Now I'm going to mention this too. I was talking to my boy, teammate Don Ward. Oh, and you can best believe that these Neos, these Resilient Sound Neos, are they, like I said, they scream, bro. I did real good in dueling demos, single position, but I got moved up to extreme because the class that I was in last year and the year before and the year before, because this is an extreme vehicle, they moved me up to extreme and dueling demos as well. And I just got told that yesterday, because this was talked about at World Finals in 2025, that I shouldn't have been in dueling demos or modified street, but I didn't pick that class. And my teammate, Kevin Mayo, thought because I only had 2 doors, that I should be in a modified street because I only had 2 doors. You know what I mean? Just to find out that no, I have to be in the extreme, so now I can do whatever the heck I want. And I had thought about going and building a box up there with highs going all the way around it, but I won't be able to put put the, you know, stuff in the car and bring it. I'd have to mount it up there permanently and drive around. I just have to probably get marine, just hope it ain't gonna rain that day. Then I'm going to a show or get the marine stuff up there. But I would definitely want to run these Neos on top of there, side, front, and back. Since I can do what I want, I lose my natural mind with an extreme vehicle. Y'all already know that. Doing a stunt wall in here, probably not do a stunt wall because I won't be able to carry all that around. But I will, you know, put one on top. I thought about it. I'm thinking about it if I ever decide to do dueling demos at Worlds. I'm undecided about all that. If I ever decide, man, to do dueling demos extreme, that goes for single position and walking around the 360. Since I just found that out, because I got speakers for the windows, but I don't know how serious if I'm even going to go to Worlds at the end of all of this. I don't know yet. I'm not going to say I'm going to go. I'm not going to say I'm not. It depends on how I do this year. My boy Derek, Advanced Auto Parts, say what's up to the people.
Not too much, brother. How we doing?
Yeah, he's out here working.
Yeah.
Yeah, so 6223, y'all. So far. I'm going to turn it up. If I can get close to a 63 doing 615s, but this is what I thought. I got off track. After doing what I did with those, my mind started going in a direction of thinking about getting a Resilient Sounds teams. Now, there's been some ups and downs and opinions on their teams, but I've been watching them on YouTube. Okay, some guys have been running their teams on YouTube, getting down. Them teams is getting down. Them fourth orders. I saw a dude running the Team 15s in a flat wall, tuned to 17 hertz, with a MD8K on each one of them, and them things are breathing. Them things are breathing like no other. 17 volts. I mean, my fault. 17 hertz, my fault. 17 hertz. A dude at a flat wall on YouTube with 4 of them Team 15s and an MD8K on each one playing at 17 hertz. Them things was breathing, bro. Them things was breathing. And everybody else I seen using them, they were doing good. But there's this opinion about, man, I don't know if you want to get those soda. And because of the power that I'm running, I was like, well, I wanted to get some speakers that can take an ass whooping. You know, but I did talk to my boy Don Warren. We were talking about it yesterday at the show, that what can happen is they may be hungry for more power. They're 5,000 watts RMS, 10,000 max, but I heard that you can put 20,000 to them on a burp. The only thing I don't like about them is they're 135 damn pounds each. So it would definitely take 3 of us or more to get them things in there. And then my other question is, will they fit in the same holes that I got already? But then my boy Dre, he's like, yo, man, you can put more power to them speakers. So you already seen it. We sat there and watched what happened. It's like you put 4,200 watts to each speaker in parking pound, and after it was done, they wasn't hot and you didn't smell them or nothing. He's like, you can give them more. They can take more, technically. I don't know what Robbie and Lucas actually know how much power these things actually can take. But I have them in, each one of them's in 2.49 cubic foot, each one of them. The box is this chamber's 18 cubic foot, a little under, maybe 18 or a little under 18 cubic foot. Okay, and I'm tuned to 34 and some change, like 34 hertz, 34.6 hertz, something like that. The port is 217 square inches. You know what I mean? At 18 inches deep. So I'm yeah. So boom, and they sound good for what I have them in, and it took the power, bro. Like each one of them got 9,700 watts the first burp and 9,100 watts the second burp. So you know, if I turn up that AC volts and my voltage stays steady as a doorknob in demoing at only 15.5 volts, for the simple fact that those amps like 15.5. I would like to do it at 16. They really won't move, but I was told because of some chip that was put in them, they really don't like the higher voltage on them, so I got them at 15.5. I went on and listened. I can technically drive around with them at 16. It won't hurt them, but if I go to compete with them there, that's why I didn't get no clipping, no shutdown. I had cats watching these amplifiers when I was doing what I was doing. They was like, dude, no clip, no shutdown, you're good. Just to put that out there. So I wanted to reflect on what was going on here. And then at the end of the competition, thank God, I was doing some more demos, and at the last demo, this door went out completely. It went out. And then I had to come home and chase down why the door just went out. And I found out the RCAs somehow it came loose from the back of the head unit, but you know I was doing everything else, putting new RCAs in, jumping from amp to amp, boom, boom, boom. Yeah, the wires came out of the back of the head unit. I was down there all night, and then this morning came. I have a backup radio and everything. I brought the backup radio. I thought this radio was dying and an amp was dying. I took that amp off right there and threw it back there to see what would happen and blah, blah, blah. No, the amp wasn't going bad or nothing. The RCA just came out. Boom. Now, I don't know how, because they got grip, but things happen. You feel me? So that's the thing on that. So that's all fixed. I'm out here. It's nice out, man. I'm going to drive around and boom, boom, boom a little bit. Probably do it tomorrow, too. You know, I didn't turn up the AC volts yet, but I am this evening when I turn this thing in. I was going to do this video then, but I'm doing it now. I'm going to turn the AC volts up to like 106.5. Something like that. Get some more AC volts out of these. Or get some more power into them subs and see what happens. Alright, so I'm going to tag Robbie and Lucas in this, man. I've been trying to get in touch with them guys to find out when the Big Ohio, where do you go to sign up for that Big Ohio show? Like, where do you sign up? Because I'm planning on coming out there, but I'm going to go ahead and, I've been so damn busy with this stuff. I'm going to go ahead and get my tickets and whatever in my hotel now. So I don't know where to go on the site, because I've been out of sync with all that. All right, so it's your boy, the OG Soda Pop Kid. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night, and peace, people. And give me your comments on what I just talked about, man. All right, peace.